Hi everyone, it's been a while. Welcome to Energizer Turtles. We're back to Netlogo for a while, and this model is going to show you how to create agents that will actually gain or lose energy. So this is a good foundation for creating a game where you have energy or lives and you can die or gain power. So this is a really good foundation. I said that already, but it's true. Okay. So the first thing you're going to do, as always, is open up Netlogo and in your code, fill out your name, your date, and the model, which is called Energizer Turtles. Don't forget to put your semicolons in front of that or it will recognize it as code and it'll totally mess up your program. Okay, so we're going to set up, to setup, and then we'll always clear all. We're going to use ticks again, so we want to reset ticks, and then we're going to create turtles, and I made a mistake there, create dash turtles. This time we're going to create 10. Feel free to create as many turtles as you like, and those turtles are going to have a set of properties, which we'll put in brackets. So we're going to ask those turtles to set their X core, random X core, and also set their Y core, random Y core. And you should be able to write in your comments what that does. Basically, it is picking a random X and Y for them, and so we do that so that they're spread out all over the place. Okay? We're also going to set their shape to turtle, which is in the shapes editor. You can set them to any other shape you want to. I find fish adorable personally. And then you're going to set energy random 30, which again will pick anything between 0 and 29 to set it as their initial energy, plus 10. So anything between 0 and 29, and then they'll add 10 to it. Okay, you'll notice energy is showing up in black here. The reason is that hasn't been defined, and we'll come back to that in just a second. So we've created our turtles. Now we're going to ask our patches. And if you remember how to do an if statement, we're going to do if random 100 is less than 30. So this basically will give the patches, we'll give every patch a random number, and if that random number is less than 30, it will set its peak color green. So remember, an if statement will have an if, and then the thing you want it to do if that's true goes in brackets, and we're going to do set peak color green. Okay? And then we'll end. So we can check that procedure and it's still upset at us because it says nothing named energy has been defined. So this is where we're going to define something called, there are global variables, there are turtle variables, and there are observer variables. At the very top of our code, before our first procedure, before the 2, we're going to define a variable. So this one is going to belong to turtles only. So we write turtles own, and then in brackets we write energy. Okay, that tells the computer that we're using this thing called energy, and it's something that belongs only to turtles, so not to patches or anything else. And this way, we can actually say, okay, we set the turtle's energy to random. So now the turtles have something called energy, and it's set to that number. All right, let's do our walk procedure, or our go procedure. So this one is going to have 2 procedures, a go and a walk. To go, we're going to ask the turtles to do a different procedure, which we're going to write, called walk. And this way we can make just one button that says to go, but it will make them go and it will make them walk. Okay? So we're asking them to walk, and we're asking the patches okay. Always do your open and close bracket first, and then we're going to have an if statement. So if random 1000 equals 1, and inside those brackets of telling what the if should do, we'll set P color green. You'll see what that means in just a minute. It'll make more sense. And then it's going to tick. So the tick will put a little counter up here and actually count how many times it took to do this. And then we can use that as our measure of time or measure of repetitions. Okay, so now it's mad at us. We need a walk procedure. We're going to make the turtles walk. Okay, we're going to ask the turtles to go forward 1. We want them to go right, random 30, left, random 30, and you'll remember this from your wiggle walk. They'll wiggle back and forth. Okay, and then every time that they do that walk, every time they go forward 1 and then choose a right direction and a left direction, we're going to make them lower their energy. So we're going to set energy -1. And I think I need a space there. Okay. And then if energy is less than or equal to 0, open bracket, close bracket for what we're saying about the if, we want them to die. Die is a command that actually is recognized in Netlogo, and that means that they'll disappear and they will not exist anymore. So they just go away. We're also going to say if P color equals green, so we have some green patches, then we want them to increase their energy. So we're going to have them set energy to whatever their energy is. So it looks funny, but you're typing energy twice because you want them to set their energy to energy plus 10. So whenever they are on a green patch, they're gaining energy, just like they're eating the grass or whatever. Okay, and then because they ate that grass, it's not available anymore, and so that's going to set the P color black. All right, so that makes more sense for us up here in our go procedure. So every time the turtles walk, we're also asking the patches, one of them out of 1000 is going to set itself to green so that we don't run out of grass entirely. That would be bad. Okay, so let's check our code. Oops, set energy -1. Okay, so the mistake that I made right here is I should have done just what I did down here, set energy to energy plus 10. So we're going to set our energy to whatever our current energy is -1. So it should be set energy, energy. Okay, just a real quick look over your code again. You can pause if you need to. Start kind of memorizing these procedures and how they work, because not all of the videos are going to show you all of the code again. Like in the midterm, some people were confused about sliders and stuff, and you need to be able to apply stuff from other videos to current videos. Okay, so speaking of which, I want you guys to create a setup button and a go button, and then run this model. And when you run the model, you'll see that the patches never really run out. What I want you to do, if you finish this early, is go to your code and see if there is a value of turtles or a value of patches or even a value of steps forward or random degrees that they turn, that if you adjust it, you can get the green patches to eventually go to 0. Okay, so try that out, toy with the different numbers. If you don't want to just go in and manually change them all, this would be a great time to make a slider. So anytime you use a number, for instance, if I wanted to make a slider to see how many steps forward they went and how that affected that, I could do steps forward and then go into my interface and choose slider and do steps forward. And that way I can adjust this multiple times. And you can have multiple sliders so you can try a bunch of things at once and see what you get. So go ahead and finish your model, make some sliders, try the different numbers, see if you can ever get the green patches to 0, and then add some comments in your code. Every couple lines or so should have comments or you will lose points, and that also tells me you just copied my code and you don't really understand how it works. So please try to put those comments in so I can see what you do and do not understand. In your info section, edit it like normal, and then so you should put what it does, describe that and how it works, but also in your experimental section, now I want you to report on what happened. So what happened when you changed these various things? So when you changed number of steps forward, when you changed number of patches, when you changed random numbers, and I want you to add other things in here and tell me what happened each time you did this. The more times you try it each time, the better. So as always, you will save, file, save as. You can do Energizer, Energizer turtles. Dot your first name, dot your last name. So, and then dot Netlogo. And then either message it to me on my big campus or you can turn it in the assignment section, which is, here's our cute animal of the day. I almost forgot. So aren't they just adorable? I think they're amazing. But go to your schoolwork and there will be, you'll see either under or on top of your Alice Shark videos, a link to turn in your Netlogo is Better Energizer Turtles assignment. And then you'll be able to attach it and send it that way. So good luck. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. I should get messages from my big campus to my phone, and I will try to help you out as best I can. All right, enjoy.